What's going on YouTube? Mr. Wheels here once again, welcoming you to another edition of Sports Talk. This video is my 2015 NBA playoffs prediction video. I'm going to be predicting a winner for every series, every round, ultimately picking 2 NBA finalists and an NBA champion. However, before I do that, I want to point out that I am rapidly approaching 100 subscribers on this channel. I want to express my gratitude to the number of people who have subscribed recently. It's nice having new subscribers to this channel, and I really appreciate the support. Now, because I am rapidly approaching 100 subs, I will do a challenge video to celebrate that, and tweet me your suggestions. Follow me on Twitter at Sledgehead86, and tweet me directly. Use the hashtag MrWheels86 or MrWheels100 rather. Hashtag MrWheels100, and tweet me your suggestions on what you think I should do. Full spelling of Mr. and Wheels with a Z, just so that there's no confusion on there. And as always, give this video a like, and please continue to subscribe to my channel. Help me get to 100 subs. Let's get into my predictions, starting with the Eastern Conference. Let's start with Atlanta versus the Indiana Pacers. Atlanta, second best team in the NBA this year. I like Atlanta. I think they're a very good perimeter shooting team. They're my favorite to win the series. I think they will win the series in 6 games. I know Indiana has Paul George back in their lineup, but they just barely got into the playoffs, and I really don't see them beating the Hawks if the Hawks can continue the hot streak that they've been on all series or all season long. So I'm taking Atlanta over Indiana in 6 games. Moving on to Toronto versus the Washington Wizards. Once again, for the second season in a row, Toronto could have faced a lower seed than them, but Chicago got third, so Toronto will now face Washington. Could have faced them last year. It didn't happen. I like Toronto in this series. I think it's their time to make a statement in the NBA. They've had a good team all year. Struggled at times, but I think it's Toronto's series to lose. John Wall must be a factor for Washington if Washington's gonna pull out the win, but I think Toronto will handle the Wizards in 6 games. Moving on to the Cavaliers and the Boston Celtics. Cavaliers, not much to say about them. They're a very good team. Boston's been a much better team since they've had the addition of Isaiah Thomas, and I'm surprised they got into the playoffs, but I'm picking the Cavaliers in 5 games over Boston. Moving on to the last series of the first round in the Eastern Conference, Chicago and Milwaukee. Again, not much to say about this series. Chicago's a very good team. They do have Derrick Rose back. I kind of question how much of a factor he's going to be in the playoffs as a whole. But if he does play like the Derrick Rose we all know, Chicago should be able to handle Milwaukee in 5 games, no problem. Moving on to the second round for the Eastern Conference, I have Atlanta and Toronto. I'm going with the upset here. I like the Raptors. I'm from Canada. I'm from just outside of Toronto. I'm taking the Raptors in 7 games, pulling off the upset over the Atlanta Hawks. Maybe a long shot from happening, but I'm going for it. Not going with the safe pick. Toronto in 7. The other second round matchup in the East, the Cavaliers the Cleveland Cavaliers and Chicago Bulls. Again, some people may see this as an upset, but I think Chicago will upset the Cavaliers in 7 games because, to me, the Bulls have more playoff experience. They're a more scrappy team, and although the Cavaliers have LeBron and Kyrie and Kevin Love, there's not a whole lot of playoff experience on the Cavaliers once you get past LeBron. And in that area, he's kind of by himself. So I'm taking Chicago in 7 games to move on to the Eastern Conference Final. Now, again, I'm sure there's some people that would think that this Eastern Conference Final, my prediction, is way out in left field. But so what? This is what I think could potentially happen. I've got Toronto and Chicago, and Chicago will handle the Raptors. Even though I like the Raptors, they're not ready. If they get to the conference final, which I think is possible, there's no way they're beating the Bulls. I'm sorry. Washington and Atlanta is one thing. Chicago, no, Chicago's one of the elite teams in the league, even without Derrick Rose. So Chicago handles Toronto in 6 games and moves on to the NBA Finals. Let's move on to my Western Conference picks. Starting with the first round, Golden State and New Orleans. Golden State, best team in the league this year. Steph Curry, good chance he'll win the MVP. New Orleans may have an advantage in the post with the brow, as they call him. But I don't see New Orleans winning this series. Golden State in 6. Moving on to Portland and Houston. Houston's they have a good team, and I could see how a lot of people think they might go on a tear this year in the playoffs because James Harden's been on fire. But I just like Portland. They're another one of those scrappy teams, and given their playoff heroics last year, when I'm sure nobody gave them a chance, I'm taking Portland in 7, pulling off the upset over Houston. I'm acknowledging that it will be an upset. I'm acknowledging that a lot of my picks will be upsets, but I believe Portland will pull off the upset over Houston. Moving on to San Antonio, versus Dallas. Even though Dallas is the 7th place team in the West, they've got a solid team, and if they were up against anybody else other than San Antonio, I'd give them a shot. But I think San Antonio takes this series in 7 games. Saying 7 games out of respect for Dallas. I like the Mavericks, but I think the addition of Rajon Rondo has been more of a detriment than anything else. And San Antonio, I just love the way they play, the way they move the ball. Love Greg Popovich. To me, they're one of the best, if not the best teams in the league, and the defending NBA champions. They handle Dallas in 7. Moving on to the LA Clippers and Memphis Grizzlies. This may come as an upset as well, but I'm taking Memphis over in my opinion, the favored LA Clippers. Memphis in 6 games. I like Memphis. They've had good playoff runs the last couple years. Again, I see them as a very scrappy team, very gritty team, and I think this is their year that they can make some noise, at least getting out of the first round anyway. Taking them over the Clippers in 6. Moving on to my second round predictions for the West. Golden State and Portland. Golden State will prove show that they are a dominant team and handle Portland in 6 games. Not to say that Portland couldn't pull off an upset here, but it would be in no less than 7. I think it's Golden State's series to lose. I think they'll handle them in 6. The second round matchup for the in the West second round. I have San Antonio and Memphis. I'm saying San Antonio in 6 games over Memphis. Again, Memphis has a good team. If this prediction works out, Memphis will put up a good fight, but they will fall short, losing in 6. Western Conference Final, Golden State, San Antonio. San Antonio will show their veteran experience, and Golden State plays a similar style, in my opinion, to the Spurs, but the Spurs have that playoff experience, and I think they will make it back to the NBA Finals this year. San Antonio over Golden State in 7 games. That leaves San Antonio versus the Chicago Bulls for the 2015 NBA Finals, and I really don't know who to pick here. I mean, these predictions are tougher. These are tougher predictions than I'm probably making them up. I had to think about a lot of this before I picked it, and I'm taking San Antonio to repeat as NBA champions just by the slightest of margins over the Chicago Bulls. Now, I know when Chicago got Paul Gasol, they were favored to win the NBA championship, but I think they will fall short if they face San Antonio in the finals. I'm taking San Antonio in 7, and there you have it. Those are my predictions. Let me know what you guys think. I'm sure there's some surprising predictions there. Sure, a lot of people won't like it, but I just want to remind you, if you don't like my predictions, fine, say that. Don't attack me. It's my opinion. I'm just making a video so that people can enjoy it. And I'd ask you to, as always, guys, please give this video a like. Please subscribe to my channel. Remember to follow me on Twitter at Sledgehead86 and tweet me your suggestions for a 100 subscriber video using the hashtag MrWheels100. And give my Facebook fan page a like, MrWheels86. That's all I have for right now. I'll see you next time. Enjoy the NBA playoffs.